if you can't handle hearing some constructive criticism, this might not be the profession for you. It is a business of rejection where you hear no a lot, or even worse, you just get ghosted and hear nothing. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian from Ridgeback Productions, and I help beginning voiceover talents grow their business and generate income. One of the many ways that I do that, aside from consultations and demo production and all kinds of fun stuff, is I like to do Fiverr Gig reviews. In fact, if you watch the channel, it tends to be the most favored of talents. They like to see a gig review, and it's good. I get it. It's nice to have a little bit of help with your review, and it's nice to see, a professional's opinion, someone that's been doing it a while, myself, giving a review on things that could help a talent, because, oftentimes you're going to hear me mention stuff that applies to you, corrections that you can make to your own gig, tweaks you can make to your own gig to help you generate some more income. If this is the type of content that you like, if you're into voiceover, if you want to get into it, if you're struggling, just if you like to hear about, how you can improve your craft, that's kind of what I do on this channel. And, it'd be helpful if you could subscribe, maybe share this with some other people. It helps to spread the YouTube algorithm. That helps me out tremendously. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a gig review for a gentleman named Chris, and he so kindly reached out to me, and I've been getting a lot of these. Actually, it's pretty consistent. I do a lot of these gig reviews. Very often, I just don't post them on YouTube. I don't have the time. It's not that I don't have the time for the review, because I do the review. I record it, regardless of whether you order a review and it goes on YouTube, like this one is for Christopher, or I don't post it on YouTube. Regardless, you still get the video. I just don't put it on YouTube. And the one that you get, if it's personal without going on YouTube, it doesn't have as much editing and all like the little fun stuff that I like to add into the video that goes on to YouTube. But it requires a lot. The editing's the time is the part that I'm not really getting paid for, and I put a lot of time into that, and it's just a challenge. So, and I've been busy. I've been so busy, so the videos just really might not have been coming as frequently as I liked. So right now, if you're watching this, it could be at any time. If you're watching this, obviously you're watching this when you're watching this. For me, this video was recorded towards the end of summer, or the end of summer break, beginning of school going back into session. That kind of has a reflection of how the business works for us. Oftentimes when kids are on break, I know it sounds weird, but business tends to drop a little bit. It's just, that's just how it works. Certainly with Fiverr, summer tends to be the slowest time of year for Fiverr. Not for me. My business is doing really well, but this is just kind of like a reminder why it's so important to grow your business in another way besides Fiverr. There's innumerable ways that you can do it, and it's very important that you get into that, because when Fiverr's slow, like it's been slow lately, you could have other forms of orders coming in, and so that's helpful. My voice tends to work more towards the Southern California beach vibe. So summertime fires for me, I just do really well in the summertime with a lot of those kind of orders. So it's good. With Fiverr, not so much, but that's okay. Fiverr's always been like that for me. Love Fiverr. You just have to understand it has peaks and valleys. So what do we got going here is Christopher's going to get a Fiverr gig review. So excited to get into it. I highly recommend that you guys take some notes if you're watching this, because I guarantee it's going to apply to you in your gig if you're getting started, or if you have a gig that's been stagnant or something. There's going to be something super valuable in this. Guarantee it. It always comes out. I don't look at these gigs ahead of time. I like fresh opinion. I like first opinion, first look at it as if I'm a buyer, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking as if I was a buyer, because I've been doing this a long time, and I've had many buyers give me feedback. I also have a Fiverr success coach that tells me, trends in Fiverr. So there's just a lot of good information. It's all coming from a good place. So That being said, let's jump into Christopher's Fiverr Gig review. Let's go. All right, so here we are looking at the gig. So the way that it works is I like to start from the top. I work down to the bottom, hitting all the different areas, and then it all kind of culminates with a big takeaway. I'll give you a big takeaway on what I think, one thing, maybe two things that you can do that's going to make the most impact to your gig. All right, so let's start with the title. I will deliver an American English voiceover for your project. It's a good title. I'm really looking for 3 key parts. I want to hear what gender are you, where are you from, and what do you do? So in Christopher's case, he's male, he's American, and he does voiceover. I don't see male, and I obviously don't see female. So Christopher, you got to change your gig, bud, or just the title. You need to have male or female. You need to have those 3 parts. What gender are you? Where are you from? And what do you do? Because those are the most sought after search words in this industry for what they're looking for. If a buyer's going to search for what they're looking for, they're typically already know that they want a male or a female, and they'll put male voiceover, female voiceover. It's going to help you show up. If they don't type in male and they just put voiceover, you're still going to show up. But if they do put male voiceover, it's going to help you even more. I don't know if that makes sense or not. You're playing with the words here. It's like it's better to have the right ones, and if they don't put it in, you'll still show up. But if they put them in, you're at that higher level. Okay. So basically, maybe to summarize, any voiceover talent that has male in their title, if a buyer searches male, voiceover is going to show up higher than you, Christopher, because you just don't have male. It's like, that's how it works with the keywords. That's a huge one. You got to have male or female. Female, obviously, if you're a woman. Okay, so that's what I would change there. I like your profile pic. It's good. You're looking at the camera. That's nice. I'm not always a fan of the crossed arms. It kind of looks like, don't talk to me, but you have a bit of a smile. You do look welcoming. I like it. I'm sometimes open to logos. If you want to put your brand logo or something there, that's fine. But certainly for the gig thumbnail, you have to have your picture, and you have to. There's just no option around that. You have to. But we'll get to that in a moment. All right, cool. Let's check out the summary. The summary is you're doing a 2-day delivery with 2 revisions at $5 for 100 words. Okay, cool. Let's make some adjustments here because it's going to help. You got to ditch the 2-day delivery. You're drastically knocking out how often you're going to show up when a buyer searches, because one thing that buyers can and do filter out is 24-hour delivery. And if a buyer searches and they're looking for 24-hour delivery, you are not going to show up. Christopher, you could be ideal for this job. You could be perfect for what they're looking for. But if they're looking for 24-hour delivery and you are at a 2-day delivery, you won't show up. Don't exclude yourself over something that simple. Change that to 1-day delivery. You can always put a low word count if you're not able to do 1-day delivery with a lot of words. So, you can do, this would be very low. I don't recommend it, but you can do like 100 words for, within 24 hours. That's fine. But you got to change that. Change that to 1-day delivery. If you have any questions about that, Christopher, or any of you that are watching this, put it in the comments below and I can maybe clarify, or you can email me. I can give you a better explanation. I don't want to go into the long detail of it. Just trust me, 1-day delivery is best. I know many people put 2-day delivery because they want to do the upcharge for fast delivery. There's a way around that. You could still get the extra money without excluding yourself by putting 2-day delivery. Okay, cool. 2 revisions is good. I don't really like $5 anymore. I have a lot of videos that was originally at $5, but I've since learned that AI is really taking over the $5 market on Fiverr for voiceover. And truth be told, kind of the $10 market too. So right now, Christopher, you're fighting against AI voices. Are you better than an AI voice? Absolutely. But we're just not seeing a lot of orders happening at the $5 mark for voiceover. So, I'd go to 15. That's what I would do. 15 for 100 words is good. Okay, let's look at your thumbnail. You don't have a thumbnail. You might call this your thumbnail. It's just a picture. So what you need, this is your first impression demo reel. It's so big. It's so huge, Christopher. You got to wow them. You really, really got to knock the socks off the buyer with this first impression or they're moving on. I mean, voiceover is a hard industry to get into as it is. And if your first impression sucks, then you're not getting hired. You're not going to get hired off this thumbnail. I see you in front of a microphone. Is your hand down because you're holding a musical instrument? Are you a singer? Are you a guitar player? Are you a voice talent? I have no idea what you're doing. It's just a challenge. You're all in dark clothes. You're kind of blending in. So really what pops out is your face and this one right arm of yours, the forearm. It's just not a good picture. You're competing, you're competing amongst a bunch of people. And the buyer gallery is 4 across and infinitely down with little tiny thumbnails of people advertising their business. This is your advertisement. You could be occupying all this real estate right here on the sides and you're not using it. You're using just a tiny little sliver, 1/3 in the middle, and it's black. And you're wearing black with black microphone and a black pop filter and black headphones. It just doesn't pop. It doesn't sell. There's nothing that is going to make a buyer want to stop and listen. What does this guy do? It's basically your advertising. That thumbnail needs to be full size. It needs to be colorful. It has to have bold text. It needs to catch the buyer's opinion. That's a huge one. You got to change that. This might end up being your big takeaway, but I don't know. We're just getting started. You got to get a thumbnail. And for $5, $10, you can hire somebody on Fiverr to make you a good thumbnail for your gig. That's going to be huge. All right. Let's go on to the demo portion. So I'm going to click play. Again, this is your first impression demo reel. If they even stop to listen to you based on this picture, which this picture is struggling, if they stop to even listen to you, this is what they're going to hear. They need to hear it, they need to see it, and they got to be wowed. And they're going to be wowed by a demo reel. That demo reel means you're going to have different spots that are going to go off at every 8 to 10 seconds. There are going to be different genres. You're going to show your wide range of what you have as a voiceover talent, because research shows that after 8 or 10 seconds, the buyer can already make a decision if they like your voice and they're moving on. So before you give them a chance to move on to another buyer or another voiceover talent, give them a different spot. Give them a commercial, give them a promo, give them a long form narration, give them a podcast intro, give them an audiobook, whatever you want to get into, give them little chunks. You should be able to get like 5 to 7 spots within your demo reel, okay? And it needs to be a video. So not only do they have to hear it, they got to see it and picture it. I mean, you're going to the tip top of everything you could possibly do to make this sell, make it a banger so that the buyer wants to hire you. All right, let's see what you got.
Hello and welcome. Chris Marble, Christopher M. here. Thanks for a moment of your time today.
Okay, so you're doing an intro. I don't like intros, Christopher, because it's not a dating site. If I'm a buyer and I want to hire you, like, let's say I'm a real estate agent and I want you to read an MLS listing for one of my properties, and I somehow stop at your thumbnail because we've already discussed, and I don't want to harp on it too much, but that's how important it is. We've already discussed that your thumbnail isn't very good. It needs to be way better than that. Look at what other talents are doing. You got big, bold. Okay, you get it. If I did stop, I want to hear what your voice sounds like doing work. I don't want to hear about what your name is, what you're into, that you like long walks on the beach at sunset, A
little background on me. I've been doing voiceover for a number of years now.
I think this is awesome, Christopher, and I'm sure, and I love your voice already, but all the stuff that you're saying is in a section called About the Seller where I can read it. If I really want to read about you and find out about you, I can do that. I always think of this analogy. If you go on to Amazon, eBay, wherever you like to do online shopping, or whoever does online shopping, if you go to do online shopping and I'm going to go look for a new pen, okay, I'm going to find a pen that I want to buy. I don't want the description of the pen to be all about we've been making pens for 30 years and we put, the greatest R&D into our pens. No, tell me about the pen. It comes in black ink. It's got contoured grips for, it clips. It's got a pocket clip. Tell me about the product. Sell me on the product. Don't sell me on the company that makes it. So what you're doing is an intro video. You're giving me details about the company. I just want to hear what you can do, man. I want to hear you do a promo. I want to hear you might not do a real estate listing, but at least I can hear your voice on what you're doing rather than telling me about yourself.
I have experience in commercials for both radio and television. I will deliver a professional voiceover for your professional.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this. I'm almost certain this is your big takeaway. You need to change your first impression demo reel. It needs to be a demo reel. It needs to be 75 seconds. It needs to have video and it needs to switch every 8 to 12 seconds. And you got to put a nice, beautiful thumbnail to occupy it. If you're not getting business or business is slow, this is for you, Christopher, or for any of you. First thing you need to look at is, does my thumbnail make people want to stop and hear what I can do? And when they do stop to hear what I can do, am I showing them what I can do? Or am I just giving them one thing that I can do? Or even worse, sorry, Christopher, am I just talking about myself? Okay. All right. So we're going to move away from that. Let's go to your second demo. This should be a demo. Please be a demo.
All right, let's do a few quotes. Have a little fun, maybe. I'm selfish, impatient, and a little insecure. I make mistakes. I'm out.
My advice, Christopher, is find some scripts online and produce some spots, not scripts, produce some spots based on these scripts. The buyer wants to hear you doing a commercial. They want to hear you doing a promotion. They want to hear you do an audiobook. Whatever genre of voiceover you're interested in or you think you're good at or you want to try, put it out in a demo so that the buyer can hear it. Starting off with, okay, let's see, some fun quotes. Man, you sound friendly and I'd love to hang out with you and have a beer, but if I'm a buyer, I don't want the uncertainty of, okay, I don't know. Let's see. Let's read some quotes. Like, I'm going to find someone that's more professional and just has their together.
You ever wonder where, when, or how some of our sayings, phrases, and catchphrases come from? I sure do. I'm going to do a not so deep dive into just that. Let's learn a little bit about it together. A brief history or examination of how these things found their way into our everyday lexicon. Thanks for joining me. Today's phrase, cool beans.
So this could work as a demo. This might be an example of long-form narration, like a mini documentary on the origins of phrases. That's fine. What I don't like is I don't like how you're starting it off. You don't need an intro. Just get into it. You just got to start popping you got to keep in mind, you're trying to get somebody to hire you and they don't want to hear uncertainty or thinking.
Wonder where, when, or how some of our sayings, phrases, and catchphrases come from? I sure do. I'm going to do a not so deep dive in.
I really like that. I like the pitch change. Not so deep dive. This is your best so far. It still needs a little bit of work, but it's acceptable, and I would allow this one. I'm okay with this demo. First off, you can have 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1 should be your first impression demo reel, and it's a video. Number 2 is an example of a true demo. Number 3 is a true example of a demo. And number 4 would be a true example of a demo. Your 2 isn't really a demo. Your 3 could be a demo. And your 4 is missing. You don't have a 4. So you're also not even providing another option for a buyer if they wanted to see it, because you're not even giving it to them. So you got to fill that out. You got to make sure all of you have all 4, the first impression, demo reel, then your 2, 3, and 4 demos. I can also tell by looking at this waveform that it is peaking out. You can see these high waveforms right here.
It's not clearly known where the phrase originated. It is believed
some compression might help you with your voice to kind of like even it all out. I mean, in voiceover, we want to hear the whole frequency range, but you don't want quiet and loud parts. Okay. All right, going down. All right, so we're looking at the about this gig section. So I got to stop right here.
Oh, he's serious.
Christopher, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming to me, and I really hope that you have some thick skin, because I'm not trying to be mean. And any of you that are watching this, if you're offended, I do apologize. I deeply, deeply apologize. I have a teacher's heart. I love helping people. I really love helping people. But I also want to give you the honest truth of how it is. I think we find ourselves asking our friends, our spouses how things are, and they don't know. And sometimes they just tell you, yeah, it's good. Oh, I like it. Oh, you have such a good voice. You need to hear some honesty. And in this business, it is a business of rejection. And if you can't handle hearing some constructive critic, and this is not directed at you, Christopher, just any of you, if you can't handle hearing some constructive criticism, this might not be the profession for you. It is a business of rejection where you hear no a lot, or even worse, you just get ghosted and hear nothing. So my recommendation is, if you think that I'm being a little bit harsh, again, not directed at you, Christopher, just anyone that's watching, you got to get some thicker skin and figure out that your work is not perfect. It always needs improvement. And I'm not going to fluff around the edges and make it sound like it's really good. I'm going to be super honest. I want all of you to be very, very successful. And these are the things that need to change to be successful. I'll leave it at that. Okay. About this gig sucks.
You are not supposed to give people advice.
It's too short, dude. It's got to be really long. Nice, deep, long description about what you offer. American English, it's about you again. Now, and I know that talents don't know what to put for some of these parts, and so it's natural to just talk about yourself. But believe me, the buyer doesn't want to hear about you. They don't want to hear you talk about yourself in your intro. When they go to read about the gig, it's like the pen. If I go to buy a pen, I don't want to hear about the company and how they mold their plastics and how long they've been doing it for, and the research and the machinery that they use. I want to hear about the product. I want to hear, what am I buying? What am I going to get? And the about this gig section is that. It's about the product. What are you going to get? You mention nothing about what they get. All you do is you just talk about yourself. Talk about what they're going to get, your communication, how often you're going to get back to them, how quickly you can deliver, all the things they can expect when they work from you. So this needs to be way longer. All right, language, mail, purpose, video narration. Good on you for putting that. Video narration is the #1 selling purpose for voiceover. Make sure you include it. You also want to do podcasts, radio. Perfect. So this is what your demo should be, Christopher. Demo video narration reads, demo podcast reads, and demo radio reads. If that's your purpose, if that's what you're offering, show it. Don't just say it, show it. Okay, your accents, good. Age range, adult. Your tones, you can do authoritative, calming, casual, conversational, and deep. Okay, these are huge. You need to demonstrate that you can do this, and I didn't hear any of that in your demo. Even that long form narration, possible documentary style on the origin of phrases, I didn't see a video for it. Maybe that could be podcast. I don't know. I don't know that I'd hear that on the radio either. You got to demonstrate that you can do it. Okay, coming down. Your average response time is 2 days. That's you got to try and respond as quickly as you possibly can on Fiverr. Fiverr dings you for that. The fastest response time you can have is 1 day. That's ultimately your goal. Make sure all of you're responding as quickly as you possibly can when you get an order. Confirm the order. If someone messages you, confirm you got the message, something. You have to touch base with these people. Fiverr will ding you and not put you up as high in searches when you have low response times. And it makes sense. They're a business. They want to promote the people that are going to help the buyers and that are going to respond to buyers quickly. And 2 days, although that's not long, it's not as fast as it could be. All right. You've been a member for about 3 years, okay? And this is where you talk about yourself. I'm good with that. Here's the spot where you can talk about yourself. Love it. All right. So as I referred to earlier, many people like to say that they'll do a 2-day delivery so they can charge for extra fast 1-day delivery. But again, you putting 2-day delivery, if a buyer filters out, they're only looking for 24-hour delivery, you're not going to show up. So then it won't even matter that you upcharge for fast delivery. We'll never even know because you won't show up. So change your delivery time to 1 day. You won't be able to charge for extra fast 1-day delivery, but you can charge for faster service. Maybe you can deliver within 18 hours, 16, 14, 12, whatever you can do. That is a way to have an upcharge for faster delivery, is just sooner than 24 hours. Okay, you're only charging for commercial rights and broadcast rights. That's fine, but you're missing out on a lot. It's like when you go to a fast food place, do you want to get French fries? Do you want to get a soda? Do you want to get this? You want to get that? These are all the parts that add to your purchase price is, script proofreading, video sync, sound bed, all that stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that you could offer that you're not offering, could help you get more money. All right. FAQs, what's your time frame? Quick delivery of files for your projects. That doesn't answer. What's your time frame? I guarantee delivery within 48 hours. If you're going to say it's 2 day, you better say that. I guarantee delivery within 48 hours or faster. Or better yet, change that to 1 day. And what's your time frame? I guarantee 24-hour or less delivery. Boom. I also offer a service for faster delivery if you're interested. Okay, Fiverr gives you 10 spots for FAQs, and Fiverr wants you to fill out all 10. They like it. Again, online shopping. If I'm online shopping, I want to read about the product, and it's also nice to read FAQs that other people have asked so I can get the answers or read the reviews, okay? Fiverr views it the same way. They want to see that you have FAQs. You only have 1, you need 10. Okay, scrolling down. Your related tags, you have deep voice, soothing, and calm. Fiverr will let you have 5 tags. You only have 3, so you're missing out on 2 spots. Those 2 spots could be words that might help you get found and you'd get more business because of it. 5 tags, fill it out. Basically, the underlying rule to Fiverr is if they allow you to do it, do it. Take the time and do it. Make sure your tags are not repeating any of the words that are in your title and that they're unique and will help you be found. All right. Bam. Big takeaway. Your big takeaway, Christopher, 100% is I'm going to package it all up into this, the thumbnail, the first impression demo reel. It's all one piece. You got to get you got to get a sweet thumbnail to match your demo reel that lasts 75 seconds, switching spots every 8 to 12 seconds, and it's got to have a video that accompanies your voice so people can see your voice on some actual work, okay? That's the big takeaway. Awesome. Cool, Christopher. I hope you did get a lot out of this, man. There was a bunch that I ripped into. Again, I want to stress, I'm not saying that you're bad. I love your voice. You just need some work on your Fiverr gig. And you'd be banging, dude. You'll be making a lot of sales. Hopefully you went through and took some notes. If you did not, I highly suggest you go back, write down all the notes that I mentioned in this video, fix them, see if it helps. These Fiverr gig reviews can only do so much. I do frequently do more than one for some talents because they fix it. Then they want me to look at it again. That's fine. The real value, though, is truly in the consultations because, 8, 9 times out of 10, people that hire me to do these gig reviews end up hiring me to do a consultation because they hear what they could do to their gig. They have questions, they have concerns, they want to talk to me, they want to explain things. We get into a consultation, I can really dive into this with you and help you really make this thing a banger and make it really good. I can answer questions to a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I just do consultations on, their studio surroundings or how to do audio editing. That's where it really comes in. If you want a one-on-one session, I do offer that, and I would be happy to help you out with that. Look down in the description down below, and there's a link to it. There's a link for the gig review, and there's a link for consultations. I'd be happy to help you out. I want to give you as much knowledge as I possibly can to help you out. I love doing this. I wish you all the best. It's a hard industry, but you can do it. You can 100% do it. If you like this video, honestly, if you like this video and you like this content and you like getting ripped apart by me, beautiful. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you can get some more of that. It's been a pleasure helping you out today. I hope you join me in the next video. And if you're looking for some more useful information, check out the video on the screen right now. We'll see you next time. See ya!